Dr. Nerenberg's Mind-Body Workout System.
How to be in complete control of yourself is a pretty bold title. I mean, everybody wants to be in complete control of themselves. I mean, once in a while, we don't mind giving up control or being out of control under certain circumstance. But I don't know of anybody who says, yeah, I want to be out of control of myself, all the time. Most people want to be in control most of the time. And we're living in a world where we feel more and more out of control. We're in a world where we're in situations where politically what's happening, in the world turmoil of what's happening economically, we feel very out of control with that. We had an economic collapse. Institutions we never heard of, like AIG or Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, collapsed. And most of us had no idea that the economy depended on these institutions. So with that out of control, uprisings and terrorism, and you wonder, what's the causing this? And people are just in bewilderment of what's happening economically in the world and what's happening in terms of turmoil or the wars that we're having, and people just feel, why are we in them? What's happening? Not necessarily saying they're right or wrong in terms of our political moves, but just wondering or just feeling out of control. We have so many great individuals who've lost their jobs, just didn't have the control. They worked, they went to work every day, worked hard, followed the rules and the laws of the land, and now they're out of employment. And some even have become homeless, even though they've worked so hard. So many foreclosures on homes. People worked so hard to fulfill the American dream, have their home, love their homes, and lost their homes, just out of control. So many of these factors in terms of external circumstances are really beyond our control, but there's an area in which we have control. There's an area that we can control. What is that area? What is the area where we can be in control of ourselves? What is that area? What is the area where we say being in complete control that it would apply? Certainly it doesn't apply to much of world affairs. Well, it has to do with a certain dimension of ourselves, particularly our thoughts. But let's look at where we surrender that control. So a person firstly can achieve tremendous control of their thoughts and mastery of their thoughts. So we're talking about self-mastery. But I want to talk about where we surrender control. For instance, many of us will give up control to our doctors. We'll say, Doc, I'm having these pains. The doctor says, well, we're going to need to put you under general anesthetic. You're agreeing to be out of control. You're totally surrendering control. You're choosing to turn control over to him. So you're in control in the sense that he didn't just put you under the anesthetic and start operating. You gave him permission. You surrendered your control. So in a sense, you're still in control, even though you surrendered control. You're under the anesthetic. He begins cutting you, needs to remove a gallbladder or needs to do an open heart surgery or whatever the surgery is. You certainly are not in control. You're not there even watching. You're not even aware. We're not in control. We're not even aware of what's happening. So this is a very important concept of deliberately surrendering control, and yet we're in control because we made the decision, in that case, to surrender control. That's a very important concept of having control through surrendering control. We're getting control over our health or our illness through surrendering control. We're gaining control through surrendering control to somebody who is more knowledgeable than us, more competent, because we know we cannot perform that surgery on ourselves, and we trust his diagnosis, or we trust her diagnosis. So being in control through surrendering control. That's an amazing concept. Absolutely amazing. We're going to talk about other ways of being in control, but let's take this a step further. Now, there are many of us who say, I want to surrender control to the Holy Spirit. I'm going to surrender control to God. God, your wish is my only wish. I have no other wish than your wish. So you're surrendering control. Lord, I trust in you completely. So we're surrendering control, saying, your wish is my wish. So I know you wish for me to show love, to show compassion, to show forgiveness. And so I want to allow you, through your word, to infuse me with the Holy Spirit. And through my surrendering, my choosing to surrender to you, I'm in control to do that. I didn't have to make that choice. We were given free will. So then the power and the self-control that we have is enormous. This is a case of where surrendering control gives us more control, because we're in control for what? We're in control of surrendering ourselves to God's will and then achieving tremendous spiritual achievements, which will also manifest in material and emotional achievements, but certainly in emotional achievements and in mental achievements.